everybody, and welcome to the Huntsman World Senior Games Active Life. My name is Jeff Harding, and I'm sitting in for Kyle Case, who is on his way back into town almost as we speak, and will be here next week. Joining me again this week is Derek Campbell. Derek, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Jeff. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Have you enjoyed your little stint in the co-pilot seat?
Yeah, it's been great. I've learned a lot, had a lot of fun, and I'm ready for Kyle to come back, and you can fill the seat.
Well, yeah, I'm more than willing to take that seat back too. Don't need to be in the pilot seat. Well, I was looking on the internet the other day, and this message flashed up that I thought would be appropriate for our audience for healthy lifestyle and living well and being active.
Okay.
It was 7 parts of your body you should not touch with your hands.
All right, let her rip.
We think of our body as a temple, and it's ours to use, but there are some sacred spots that we shouldn't put our grubby hands on. Research has shown that hands play a major role in transmission of germs, as you probably are aware, says Kelly Reynolds, Ph.D., an associate professor at the Zuckerman College for Public Health at the University of Arizona. So we're going to talk about the 7 places that, and some of these may be intuitive, some of them you may know, some of you may not. But the first one is your ear canal. You ever thought about that?
Yeah, I touch mine.
Do you? You should never stick your fingers or anything else for that matter in your ears. Introducing anything into the ear canal can tear the thin skin that lines the ear canal, says John N. Nipoka, MD, professor and chair of the Department of something, head neck surgery at the School of Medicine at USC. But if you do feel a persistent itching sensation, go see your doctor.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people try to stick a Q-tip or something in there. Fingers, Q-tips, nothing. Shouldn't put anything in your ears.
Yeah, I feel like I get itchy ears whenever I'm catching a cold or have allergies or something. So
yeah. Okay, number 2 is your face. And I'm very guilty of this.
Wow.
But
that's a surprise.
But think about it. When you put your hands over all these surfaces and then put them by your face, your mouth is right there, your nose is right. There's lots of places that can pick up germs. So you shouldn't put your hands on your face. And that's something I'm going to have to work on drastically, I think, because I'm always putting my hands on my face.
Yeah, it seems very natural.
Now, this one might be a little delicate, but you shouldn't put your hands on your backside.
Okay.
Aside from, bathing or taking care of business with paper. That area contains bacteria that can be potentially harmful. So we just need to be careful. And little kids are especially guilty of that. You'll see little kids that'll scratch back there and touch back there. So that's something we kind of maybe have to help them. Another area is your eyes. Unless you're putting contacts in or washing away a particle that's found its way into your eyes, keep them off limits. And you'll see people that'll rub their eyes if they're really tired.
My son does that every time he's got allergies. He's just rubbing his eyes and making them worse.
Yes, you're introducing new bacteria to your eyes. And we mentioned this a minute ago, but your mouth.
Okay.
Recent research from the UK found that people put their fingers on or around their mouths an average of 23.6 times per hour when they're bored at work. So I guess the trick is don't get bored. And it's 6.3 times an hour when they're busy. So we do put our hands by our mouth, and it's just an invitation for germs. So
no more licking your fingers after a meal, huh?
No.
Oh.
No. Unless you've just scrubbed your hands clean, in which case you're not going to get anything anyway.
Right.
The next is the inside of your nose. And again, it's all about the introduction of germs, but also Staphylococcus bacteria hangs out in your nose. So you can spread that to other areas, which you really don't want to do. And here I am. I just touched my nose.
It itched.
Well, I'll wash my hands before I shake hands with you, Derek, okay? And the last place you shouldn't touch is the skin under your nails. And the reason is that's a hotbed for bacteria. Lots of bacteria, including staph, can live there. Your nails should be short to reduce the chance of bacterial carnage. And when you clean them, you should use a gentle brush to remove the bacteria. You don't want to be too aggressive. So there you have it.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good list. I guess help us to stay healthier, avoid those infections, and
Yeah, things you don't think
bad
about
stuff.
every day. And
Yeah.
and I know I find my hands going in my mouth all the time. And I think, I don't remember where they've been. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Well, Derek, today we're pretty excited. We have another one of our wonderful athletes. She's accomplished. She's been coming to the games for quite a while as a coach, as an athlete. She's a volleyball player. Her name is Rose Ron. She's
Exciting.
from Ventura, California. Rose, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Thank you very much.
Hey, Rose, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a privilege, and I enjoyed your conversation.
Well, and now you know 7 places you should not put your hands, so you're even wiser for having listened.
And I'm guilty of a few, so thank you.
Well, Rose, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bit of your background of where you've been and who you are.
Volleyball is probably the biggest part of my life right now. I met my husband of almost 38 years playing volleyball, and at a park, and just 9-on-9 actually back in the day.
That is a lot. That's a while ago. That was 9-on-9. That's how I learned it, 9-on-9.
200. And I continued. I tried to play in high school, but they didn't offer sports back in those days in the 70s. And I went on to college and worked my way up and ended up playing at Cal State Northridge. They took a chance on me, and I got to play varsity volleyball.
Now, just tell us quickly, who were some of the schools you played against when you were at Cal State Northridge?
We were in a big area. We had UCLA, we had USC, we had, which are bigger schools.
Oh, yeah. We've heard of those.
A little bit. And Cal State LA, we did play Pepperdine. We played Cal State Long Beach, very good volleyball program also.
Yes.
University of Santa Barbara, Cal Poly SLO, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
I just like to call them Cal Poly Slow.
Slow. I wish. Yes. Those are some of the schools we played, and we went to nationals, and we got to play a few more schools too.
Yeah. Well, Rose, you shared a bio with us, so I want you to share a little bit about when you were very first born. What was the message that the doctor gave you about your health and what your life would look like versus what it looks like now?
It was very dim for my parents. I was the firstborn. I was over a month early. They found a hole in my heart, and it was called a heart murmur. They said I probably have some heart problems. Went to Children's Hospital. I had a bone formation in my back that was not normal, and they told my parents that I would never walk. So that was what I was given, and when I was 9 months old, I was pulling around. I stood up, and I started to walk.
So you've been going ever since?
I've been going ever since. I got very lucky, and I was stubborn Irish-Italian gal, and parents never gave up on me. And my mom was very athletic in her younger days, and my father was a skater. So
a roller skater or an ice skater?
My father, roller skater. My father was a World War II veteran and an athlete, and his favorite thing to do was to roller skate. So when I was young, he would take us to skating rinks, and I started skating.
Oh, that's a great exercise. I wasn't being sarcastic or facetious. I mean, that's a great exercise.
Oh, it is. It's good. I'm not sure I can do it now as well as I could when I was little.
No, I don't think I could either, and that cement is getting a lot harder as I get older.
So, Rose, this is Derek. I understand that you have been active your whole life.
Yes.
I am really anxious to hear some of the most exciting tournaments or sporting events you've participated in and why they were exciting to you.
Going to college, and I actually tried out for the team, and I kind of was on the freshman team when I first got there, so I had to work my way up, and they took a chance on me. And I worked my way up from most improved to most valuable to a team captain to compete against a high level of Division I against all the big schools, and also blessed enough to go to a national championship. So we got to go in 1975. We got to go to Princeton, New Jersey, and play a national championship.
Did you win?
Unfortunately, my senior year, we qualified for nationals, but it didn't fit for our school, and we were not allowed to go. And it was pretty devastating. So I decided that I was going to continue volleyball after college, and I played in, it's called USA Volleyball, the USCBA, United States Volleyball Association. And I've been 1977, I graduated, and from 77 until just 2 weeks ago, I've been attending the USA National Championships every year, either in the co-ed championship or open championship. In the 70s, when I was in my 20s, I played opens, which we had to qualify for, and that was a lot of fun. I had to go to Hawaii and Texas and Ohio, travel a lot. And when I became 29, my teammates became 30, and they got to play senior divisions, and I didn't get to go with them. I couldn't wait to be 30.
Wow.
And looking forward to it. So we had age divisions. So then I started attending the 30 and over. And then every 5 years after that, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 is where I'm at now. And when I was 45, I was lucky enough to find out about the Huntsman games. And I was disappointed I was only 45 years old, so I said, I'm going anyway. And I went to the games for 5 years. I could not wait to be 50. I went as a volunteer, as a coach, as a referee, did everything I can, and fell in love with being 50. And so those are two of the really most enjoyable things that I've been able to do. I also played beach volleyball in my 20s and got my rating in that. And back in the day, men could be EA, AA, AAA pro. Women could only be regular A or AA. So I earned a AA beach rating with my best friend. And that was very special. So I could play a lot of beach, 2-man, 3-man, 4-man, 5-man, 6-man.
That's exciting.
Compete there.
Wow, that's great. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Huntsman World Senior Games Active Life, and we're visiting with one of the great athletes from the Huntsman World Senior Games, Rose Ron, out of California, and she's sharing with us a little bit about her prowess with the volleyball and some of the successes she's had. But let's change directions just a little bit, Rose. You've made your living most of your life as a coach, haven't you?
Yes. When I was in high school, we were not offered a program, and I was disappointed, and so I said I'd really like to volleyball. What they did is they said, how would you like to coach volleyball instead? I was a senior in high school and 17 years old. I went to a parochial school, and I started coaching.
Wow.
And I coached girls and boys volleyball, A and B, and I fell in love with coaching. That is my love. It's to coach and teach and give kids an opportunity to do something that they enjoy and also in a healthy lifestyle. Not watching TV, playing video games. I want them out playing volleyball.
Well, and I know that you that love is definitely carried on because you're still playing. How have you avoided serious injury through your life, or have you had to work through serious injury?
I've had to work through some injuries. I did tear my meniscus. First time I did, didn't know I hurt myself, and we were going to nationals, and I was kind of limping around. We ended up going to nationals anyway. My team went, and I played the whole time. We actually went to the finals, and we lost in the double finals, so we got a silver medal. When I came home, I had to have right knee meniscus medial surgery. A year later, I tore my left one, and I decided I didn't want to have surgery. So I just did my own physical therapy. I took care of myself, and I've actually kind of gone all four of them since then. Through exercise, I have not had any more knee surgeries. I continue to just walk every day, hike every day, bike. I took body pump classes, playing beach volleyball. No more squats or lunges, and that's kept my knees healthy.
So, do you find that the cross training really helps?
Yes, I think probably one of the best classes I've ever taken was a class, the body pump class. We work the arms, we work the ankles, we work the legs, we work the stomach, we work our back, we work our neck, and also we did a spinning class, and that kept me going. I actually tore my Achilles 70% a year and a half ago.
Oh wow!
I did not have surgery. I went to the beach. I wore a little leg brace for a while, but I actually I was not supposed to be okay until November, but the Huntsman games were in October,
right?
And I took the off my league, and I went to Huntsman, and I played 30 games in 4 days, and had no problem.
That's amazing. And just for those who may not know, a spin class is a stationary cycling bicycle class.
Yes.
So Rose, you said some things that sound a little bit atypical to the usual person. You couldn't wait to get older, and you said that a couple times. You wanted to compete in the older categories.
Yes, I did, and honestly, 30. It's still pretty young. 30, 35, 40 was fine, but when becoming 50 and being able to participate in many senior events which are for 50 and up, and I'm going to go back to Huntsman because that was my first opportunity and my first love to really excel at 50 and to see people in 30 different sports doing the same thing. I watched swimming, basketball. I actually competed in basketball. Huntsman also played a little basketball in college too. So yes, the age bracket, and seeing people 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, even 90, 92 years old. 95, I think, was the oldest volleyball player that I know that played at the Huntsman games. And that's wonderful for young people to see and to hope to look forward to.
It sounds like to me you have done something that seems extremely difficult. You have not just found the prime of your life and been able to capture that, but you've extended it. And you've been able to keep going and enjoy the years even longer. So tell me about your experience in playing in the senior sports and what it's meant to you to be able to continue to do that. It's
a blessing. It's something to look forward to. I was a PE teacher and a volleyball coach, and I did work in an office for a while, but competing in sports was to be active and see people my own age excel, even people who couldn't play in younger days. It's actually encouraging to me to look up to somebody ahead of me, maybe in the 65s and 70s and 75s. I also coach women's and men's 65s and 70s and 73 teams. We took a team to nationals a couple weeks ago. They were rookie 70-year-olds and not supposed to do very well. And our very first match, we squeezed by it in 3 games, 16-14. We continued to win every match after that, and we actually won the national championship.
Congratulations.
First-time team for 7 years. So I'm very proud of my men. They call me Mama Rose. I'll be 62 next month, but I think my joy is actually watching others. I competed a lot, and I had a lot of good years, but I think I get more joy out of coaching and watching others excel. And
that's great, Rose. It's amazing how also quickly you talk about life. It's amazing how quickly a half hour passes. We're on the downhill side now. We definitely are, but I would like you to share with us your favorite experiences at the Huntsman, not necessarily in volleyball, but the experience of the Huntsman World Senior Games. Share that with us.
What I liked about the Huntsman game, we brought friends. When we first, a bunch of us turned 50, what I liked is we took a bunch of our friends out of retirement. Some of them hadn't played in 20 years, and we took them to a gym, and all they could do is stretch. They stretched the first time, and then they pepper the next time, and little by little they played. So taking our lifetime best friends to a beautiful place at Huntsman at age 50 and compete and also to see people from all over the United States and actually make new friends. I have actually had the opportunity to play with Team Canada and Team Brazil. And being a California girl, I have played with the Team Texas, from Colorado, from New Orleans, from New York. I play with different people from different states, and that is making new friends for a lifetime. They are now my lifetime friends. And when we are not playing at the Huntsman Games, we go hiking at Zion. We continue. We don't rest. We play our sport, and then we enjoy the environment around us, and also we watch the other sports that are going on. We got to watch paddle tennis. And one thing I really admired was a man that was walking at a game, and he had a silver medal around his neck. And I asked him, "What did you get that in?" And he says, "I got that in swimming." I said, "Congratulations. Do you mind? How old are you?" And he says, I'm 92. I said, "Well, God bless you." And I said, "Who beat you?" He said, "A darn young'un, a 91-year-old. I will remember that man forever. That was so sweet. And he was the 50 yard. That was great. I love that.
It is amazing. It is amazing. Have you ever visited? Have you ever been to the opening ceremonies or the concert celebration?
Yes, to the Tuacahn. We've gone to there to watch the opening ceremonies, and there was one special time that was very difficult for us during 9/11. A lot of people couldn't travel, and I remember we actually flew, and there was hardly anybody on the plane. We went over and we went to the opening ceremonies, and that was probably one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life, sitting in the Tuacahn, doing the opening ceremonies, and you singing, holding hands with people from all over the world, singing "God Bless America," and realizing at that moment when opportunities come like this, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And for that moment, I have to say that was probably one of the most rewarding times for me to walk in the ceremonies and be with people from different states and different countries.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we've outgrown Tuacahn. We can't even we can't even go in there anymore because we have too many athletes. So we've had to move our concert and celebration or second week ceremonies to the Burns Arena of Dixie State campus. Now we're really running low on time. So, just quickly, what would you say to somebody who's on the couch, who's maybe not been active? What would you say to them to get them to get off the couch and get active?
I would say I would take them with me. I'd probably take them. I said, "How'd take a little vacation?" And I'd make sure that they're eating a healthy diet, make sure that they're exercising, get them to do something, anything, get them to a gym, walk them to the beach, get them on a hike, and ask and tell them that there's a sport out there. There's many, many sports for anybody.
I love that answer, Rose. I would take them with me. I think that's great. Well, Rose, you've been a delightful guest. Our time is just about up. We so appreciate you joining us and sharing with us your enthusiasm for life and for sports. You've just been amazing.
Thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be there, and I appreciate everything you guys do, and I'm going to keep bringing people, and I'm going to be there till I'm 100 or 100 plus.
Oh, well, I look forward to seeing you every year too, Rose.
Okay, I will see you there. Thank you very much. All right, see ya.
And thanks for joining us today. Remember to join us each and every Thursday at 4:30 p.m. for the Huntsman World Senior Games Active Life on Fox News 1450. Registration is open for the 2015 World Senior Games, and you can register for any sport except pickleball and bowling. To register, go to www.seniorgames.net. You can listen to this or any show from the Active Life at seniorgames.net. And if you have any comments or feedback about our show, we'd love to hear from you. Just send us an email at activelife@seniorgames.net. And just remember that the great secret that all old people share is that you really haven't changed in 70 or 80 years. Your body changes, but you don't change at all. And that's from Doris Lessing. And so, Derek.
Thank you for having me.
And it's been a pleasure spending some time with you. You've been a great co-host and overcoming some fears. It's been great, and I'm sure we'll have the opportunity to work together again. So until next time, stay active. Goodbye, everybody.